Hi, my name is Cortland with Punch Drunk Critics, and I am here with Benedict Wong and Tony Hale of 9 Days. Congratulations, you guys, on the film. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Mm.
Um, so, watching this film is such a contemplative and unique viewing experience. I can't imagine reading it for the first time. Tell me a little
Mm.
bit how you guys felt after your first read.
Benedict, do you want to go?
Yeah. Um, it just felt like quite a rarity, for me to read this and uh, this level of script, and just talking to Edson. I just really wanted to be a part of this journey. That was it.
Yeah, same for me. It's a very not a common theme, but you hear this theme a lot of living for the moment and making the most of moments, but finding a really unique way to channel it as he did in this story,
Mm.
picking of souls and Will being the guardian and Benedict his kind of cohort. I mean, it was just a really unique way of telling a very classic theme, and I just was crazy about it.
And also, like, kind of the building of moments, when we were creating these moments, and then
Mm.
all of a sudden it turned into ASMR moments, and
Yeah.
crunching of sand, and just like and breaking it down to a point of like, oh, the texture of sand,
Mm.
that just the feeling of that sensation, isolated sensation, and the sound of it. And it's just like, how far does that resonate? How far does that go back
Mm.
through self, through your moment? Because moments are also, I feel, a place of time travel, because it's like the
Mm.
cherished moment, how quickly you can go straight back to it, because the sense, the smell everywhere, the time, the sounds.
Mm.
But
Let's talk a little bit about creating some of
Mm.
those moments because this film is so like you said, so rich with them. You guys spend a lot of time with Winston Duke's character Will, who's kind of determining which souls get to live, or which soul gets to live. You both serve as comedic relief, I would say, but in two very different ways. But Winston is so commanding in his performance. Talk to me a little bit about building that relationship with him, and then also um, there's some very angry moments on set. So talk to me a little bit about how those moments are built.
I would say for my character Alexander, he doesn't, his whole persona, he doesn't take things very seriously. He's kind of a jokester, and it started off him being kind of very comfortable with Will's character, and then I love that then it switched, and then it became where most people I think were maybe afraid of him at first, and then it maybe got more comfortable. I think I started very comfortable, and then it switched into fear. Um, so that was, and all of this to Benedict's point was just the moments and the discoveries was all of this with Edson. Like he just, we came into it a very open book, and like that's the benefit of working with a writer and a director, is the same thing, is you can just have these discussions and find these moments, and it's really a joy. It really is.
I mean, yeah, with Winston, it was kind of like felt like it was emanating this kind of heaviness. Anyway, I think the crew often were like, kind of, they saw me and went, "Oh, here he is. Let's have some." Oh, 'cause it's so heavy in there, and it's like you could just cut through it, wading through. I mean, normally off screen, I mean, not on this particular, on previous gigs and other times, occasions that I've met Winston, we're always having a laugh, but not so much with this one. It's very much kind of, he went to a certain place and you can feel the energy of that, I felt.
Benedict, I hate to call your character a lost soul because I think he has more direction than most of the characters in this film. But literally, I mean, he is stuck in limbo. He is a lost soul in a way. Talk to me a bit about finding this character, and then what were some of your inspirations for how you portrayed the role?
Yeah, there's quite a sort of sadness to that. He's in his own personal purgatory, isn't it? And you know, he's got a real appetite for life for someone that hasn't been alive.
Right.
And as I've said before, really, I kind of like, I just shut myself off in the travel lodge that they provided me and just stayed in that room. I just didn't speak to anyone. So and I was just away. It felt quite the isolation was quite alone, quite lonely. And then when I came out, and like he just had an appetite to he had this, oh, I want to have company. You can't really stop talking, and then obviously he vicariously lives through all these screens. He wants to be at the wedding, he wants to know everyone's business, but yet also he's his co-worker, and he calls him out, and I've said this before, that he's probably one of the oldest characters, but he's kind of an innocent as well. So there was a lot to sort of play on.
Awesome. You both have played quite the list of characters throughout your long and illustrious careers. If you were ever in Winston Duke's position and could choose one of them to be like an actual human, who would you pick, and why? It could be like anywhere from like, townsperson number 3 in your like kindergarten play, or it could be Tony, the community character, the professor you played at one, it could be anybody.
Ooh, that's a really great question. I think I'd like to see Forky walking around the world.
Looking like Forky, or like the
Oh
human?
yeah, I think we could use his uniqueness, and
Okay.
I like the idea of a spork walking around asking questions, and people just accepting him for who he is.
I love that. Benedict?
I'm not sure I should send down Kublai Khan, but who else could I send? Maybe a softer version in Tong from Raya and the Last Dragon.
I like that.
Mm.
In this film, characters that do not get to live get to live one more experience. They get to experience one more thing. For you both, what if you could go back and relive one moment from shooting this film, what moment would that be? Because it feels like a very unique filming experience, just as a viewer.
You mean the whole experience, or actually shooting?
Yeah, like experience. The whole experience. Yeah.
I like what was it? The sunsets. Yeah, the sunsets and the salt flats. Because you just felt like you were so desolate and remote, from anywhere. That was great. Also,
Bill
when they
Skarsgård said the same thing.
Yeah,
he said the same thing.
There was a great coffee shop.
What was that?
It was called The Public, and I really liked it. And I liked it just because it had a lot of space. And I would go there and just like, by the way, compare sunsets to like a coffee shop. That's just sad. Yeah. Even though the sunsets are really beautiful, guys. Really beautiful.
I think there's something beautiful about a good cup of coffee and a good atmosphere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the grinding of the we grew apart. We had one day off, and everyone just got together, and who was Mark Stevens was kind of this 9 hour South American barbecue, and slow cook barbecue, and offered up her house, and just laid on a really beautiful.
And I wasn't able to make it, but I saw pictures. And didn't he create the whole
Yeah,
like fire and the hanging meat
yeah,
and all this
yeah.
kind of stuff?
Wow.
Yeah.
And I curated some music and the lights out, and it was just like even at Lerner, just the cast and crew coming together on their only day off. We still made the best of everything, I think, and I think it permeates through the film. Everyone threw everything at it, and here we are.
It definitely does permeate. Guys, thank you so much for talking with me and spending 10 minutes, 10 short moments with me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Cortland.
Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.